It's 1984, and we are talking about Birdy.
Birdy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Which, off the bat, very different from Valley Girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, very different.
What do you mean? It's a real feel-good movie.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yes. we'll get to
The
things.
music by Peter Gabriel.
Yes.
Yes. It said it right there. And I was like, really?
I got super stoked about it.
Yeah, me too. But then throughout, I was like, maybe I missed it or I was like bored because the same thing was happening throughout the entire movie.
So when I first saw Peter Gabriel,
Spoilers.
yeah,
Same thing happens.
when I first saw Peter Gabriel was doing the music, I'm like, this is gonna be either awesome or really weird.
Right, right.
And it was really weird.
Really weird. Yeah. So a little disappointed in that.
Yeah,
Because when you see Peter Gabriel, you're just like, okay, I'm getting something good.
I was waiting for like Sledgehammer to start playing
that's all.
something. And then-
I was hoping it was 2 hours of Sledgehammer. Honestly, that's all I wanted.
Well, so just some general specs. Like you said, came out in 1984.
Yeah.
Running time 120 minutes. So 2 hours exactly. I felt every one of those
Yes.
minutes.
Yes, you did.
Budget 12 million. And
12 million
yes.
Wow.
12
compared
million.
to Valley Girl, which was 350,000.
Wow.
Yes. Box office 1.4 million.
Wow.
Shit.
Did not do well.
You know, and I saw the IMDb ratings for it, and it's got like a 7.3 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
It's stupid art film students.
Of course it is. I definitely understood what they were trying to do with it.
You do?
They were trying to be like, this guy had a tough time in the war. Not a tough time, war's warm. But like, you know what I'm saying? You like, war again. It's like he went crazy and now they're trying to get him out of it. It was like, they're trying to like make it as a dramatic piece.
Yeah.
You know, like a Platoon
Okay, so
or something like that. Full Metal Jacket. One of those types. I think that's what they were shooting for.
Listen.
And they just completely airballed
really
it.
quick before you start, I'm going to have to crack these open.
Oh, yes, please.
By the
Yeah.
way, just because this movie
yes.
drove me to drink.
Yeah.
This episode is going to be Pollyanna's Cherry Lime Allure, Berliner Weiss. Weiss. So, sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just wondering what that sizzling sound is, and I'm hoping it's not the camera.
It's fine.
I'm gonna make sure it's not.
So,
But okay, so the movie's 2 hours long.
yeah.
Felt every bit of 2 hours.
Yes. Now, I didn't look at my phone to see, how much more left.
Oh, I made that.
I did.
I made that
I
mistake.
did a few times.
I looked, like when I was watching it, I would look to see, I watched it on my computer and I saw on the bottom, okay, we're 15 minutes in. We're only 15 minutes in. The first 15 minutes, it was exactly like nothing changed. It was like, I couldn't even tell you what happened in the first 15 minutes. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I mean,
He hit a baseball. The mom got angry.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And then he made friends with Birdy.
Birdy.
I don't know his name. His name is Birdy, I guess.
Well, here. So
They never say his name.
Yeah.
He's
I'm
just
like,
known as Birdy.
yeah. I
wait,
don't-
really?
Yeah.
I have no
Wait,
idea.
what do you mean?
What was Birdy's real name?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, so I guess after that title sequence, does it start off with them playing baseball?
Yeah.
They're in.
Is it?
No, it doesn't start with Nicolas Cage getting the bandages or whatever.
Okay, yeah. He does
Oh,
the
yeah.
bandages, the whole thing, and then it does a cutaway to back in the past when I guess he's in high school, maybe last year.
No idea what age they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
No.
What did
They
you
say. I feel like they're supposed to be 17 or 18.
He's playing baseball with a bunch of like children.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's what I wanted
Yeah,
to say.
it's
So
him.
it's like it's all little kids.
Yeah, and him.
He's 20
Yeah.
when they filmed this.
Oh, okay.
So
And he's playing with like 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, not even like high school age kids, just like
knocking them
little
out of
kids.
the park.
Yeah, oh yeah. And he seems to have done it a lot. And you'd think, hey, you know what? Let's stop doing this because this lady keeps on taking our baseballs.
Yeah.
You would
You
think
know?
they would pick a new spot
You
or
think
something.
so?
Just face a different direction.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
At the same
exactly.
park.
Thank you, sir.
That's very red.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
I don't know.
This is mine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so it does the whole like hits the baseball, and like I guess the part where like she yells at him and the dad like sticks up for the kids, like they're just playing, they're being kids.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, why don't you say that to your son? And then it pans up to Birdy. And he's sitting up in a tree. And I'm like, it's gonna be this.
Yeah.
This is how it's gonna be, huh? So it's like it's okay. That happens. And then I don't know where it went. I don't remember. Because it all seems to just meld into one thing.
Okay. So first off, if you haven't seen this movie, it's going to be very confusing listening to this because there's a lot of bouncing back and forth.
Oh, yes.
Which is really weird from a continuity standpoint.
Some movies do it good.
Sure. Well,
this one didn't.
They do it well.
They do it well. They do it goodly.
Very goodly.
Very goodly.
I mean,
when you made friends with him.
Yes. So their first interaction is because his kid brother. This is in Philly, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the first interaction is the kid brother says, he's like, yeah, that's my knife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nicolas Cage wrestles with him,
right?
Because they make the point that he's a wrestler.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
champion.
And his brother got
wrestler.
him when he was trying to get with the girl under the bleachers.
Yes.
Remember that?
So
that was the other. Oh, God. Go ahead.
More Nicolas Cage making out.
Yeah.
Once again, the girl looks a lot younger than him.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh.
And she's like, I don't want to do this. And he's like, of course you do. And she's
Very
like, well, I
focused.
guess so.
And also very focused on boobs again.
It's like a shot. It's not panned out. It's focused right on his hand going to touch her boobs.
Yeah.
Like right there.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I'll sit here for a good minute watching this.
Yeah.
And then the brother, and he doesn't care that his brother is up there talking to him while he's trying to get with his girl. And he's like, well, you wanted to know when blah, blah, blah was there. And he's like, oh, that's right, your knife. And so they go and take care of the knife thing. And I don't know if Nicolas Cage is supposed to be this number one wrestler at the high school, which he's a number one wrestler at the high school.
Yes. But here's the thing. So the brother's like, yeah, that's my knife. And he's like, oh, he's wrestling around with them. And after they're done, he's like, oh, where'd you learn that stuff? Wrestling? And I'm like, what? From that little interaction, I'm like, what shows that he learned before he was in wrestling?
He squirmed away.
Yes.
Yeah. He just squirmed away and got lucky a few times. And it was his brother's knife, but that wasn't the guy that stole it. So it's like,
But how does he spot that? That's his knife.
That little knife. That little thing. That's my knife.
I don't know if we set that up properly, but yeah. So Nicolas Cage's little brother, he's like, oh, this guy, I'm supposed to tell you when the sky is around or whatever.
Yeah.
So Nicolas Cage and his little brother, and were there other little kids there that were playing oh no, it was just those two, I think.
Yeah, it was just those two.
But yeah, they like bike up or walk up to this house, and it's Birdy just sitting on the front porch, and he has like a cage of pigeons next to him. And
playing with a knife or whatever he was doing.
And then once Birdy's like, oh, I didn't know this was stolen. It was given to me. He goes to give the knife back to the kid, which is like, that's really nice. And the Cage is like, no, keep it.
Yes.
He's like, says to his little brother, I'll buy you a new knife. Because I guess he was trying to be nice, put him through the whole, like, I guess I'm going to beat you up type thing. And then BFFs ever since.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I wrote down. So they became best friends really quick.
Really quick. And then, hanging out, which I didn't really mind them getting to hang out with each other. The movie's over then, right?
They really quickly go into a pigeon catching montage.
Yes.
Hanging under a bridge.
Yes.
Like over a street, like a high bridge, hanging under there, catching pigeons.
Yeah. Which they make it look very easy.
They do. Yeah.
I've never tried.
I think, I mean, by watching this movie, I'm guessing pigeons are really dumb.
Well, every time, like, walking, if I'm like in a downtown area and there's pigeons, they fly away from me when I go close to them.
No, don't they usually walk up to you? Or is that seagulls that I'm thinking
That's
of?
probably those seagulls, because those guys are dicks. They'll eat. If you think you have food, they'll come like at you and try to get your food. Seagulls.
So, at the conclusion of the pigeon catching montage, they go into their little like tree, their little coop thing that they built.
They build a pigeon coop. It's really, it's not bad.
It's a good coop.
It's a good coop. They built it good. I don't know how they found the perfect wood to fit everywhere.
Oh, they stole it.
Good for them.
That comes up later in the movie.
That's right.
And Nicolas Cage goes up there, and he's Al.
Yes.
They did much better saying character's name in this movie.
Not Alfonso. He wants Al.
Yeah. Bart, it's Campitelli
or whatever.
So he goes up there and he's like, oh, Birdy, where are you?
I know you're in here.
And
here it comes.
And then here comes Birdy around the corner in a fucking pigeon suit, just feathers.
Yeah, which was so creepy.
And he's like, I'm making this for you, Al.
Yeah. Dude, why is he still friends with them?
Yeah.
If I walk into that, if either of you had a pigeon suit and I walked in and you're like, I'm making this for you.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yep.
When I saw that, I was legitimately creeped out. And two, I was like, oh, is this a horror movie? And I didn't know it.
Well, his face.
Isn't it dimly kind of lit too?
Yeah.
In there?
Yeah.
He just comes out of the shadows, just wearing these basically dead pigeon feathers.
Yeah.
He's like, I made this for you.
And actually, he's like, I'm not wearing that. I'm not wearing that.
Yeah.
Cut to the next scene.
They're wearing
They both have pigeon suits on.
Pigeon suits.
And I wrote down, lost me at pigeon suits.
And that's your last note I've seen.
I was trying. I really tried to be like, okay, the first 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'm like, it's a long movie. They got to put some stuff in here. Give it a chance. You can do it. And then the pigeon suit. And it was just, okay. Well, let's just try to finish this.
So you're saying
that's how it was.
So with Valley Girl, you wish it was all boy talk. So you're saying you don't want all pigeon suit for this movie?
No, not all pigeon suit. I could have done without the pigeon suit.
So what if the girls were wearing pigeon suits while talking about boys?
You see, now this is the whole. No, I couldn't do it.
Okay.
It's the whole pigeon suit thing, man. It was too much.
Creepy.
It was too much.
So after that, it goes right into them both wearing pigeon suits, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they're at the oil,
the quarry or whatever.
factory or something.
Yeah, they're on in a factory setting.
Yeah.
With the big whatever to climb up on, go up on a roof.
Yeah.
Big 19.
And they need to get those pigeons.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's industrial 1980s grimy stuff.
Is it 1980s? No.
In the film, it's not
1960s, late 50s, early 60s. I'd say that's
the
right.
car was 1950 something.
Yeah.
That's right.
So it might be
It's gotta be
early
50s.
60s. Maybe.
Yeah.
50s, 60s.
God, I'm so dumb.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do?
So that all happens, and then while he's like, hey, hold my legs while I get these.
So before, that's right. He's trying to reach the pigeons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then while Birdy is handing Nick Cage the pigeons, one flaps away, and obviously it's more important to grab a pigeon instead of holding your buddy's legs. So then Birdy slips, and then
he's hanging.
He's hanging on the gutter thing, and Birdy's super calm and
laughing.
Yeah.
Birdy's laughing, haha, this is great. And then Nick Cage is freaking out, why are you laughing? And Birdy's like, because you look funny.
Yeah.
Because you look, dude.
I don't know.
You're hanging 50 feet, 50 feet, 20 feet. What would you say?
It was at least
In the middle?
5 stories.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it was up there.
I can fly.
Yeah.
You can't.
He's
fly,
like, I'll try and go for the second sand.
The sand.
I'm like,
pit.
man, I think sand is pretty hard.
Yeah. Sand hurts when you fall on it. It's not good.
Well,
No.
I think regardless, a 5-story fall on anything.
On anything, right?
Even if you hit water,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you know?
And what best case scenario is boxes or something, empty boxes.
Oh yeah. Best case. Yeah. Trampoline.
Well, yeah.
Marshmallows,
Oh, now I'm getting hungry.
pile of pigeons.
I have plenty of them in the movie.
So now,
Messy.
after he lands on his back on the pile of sand,
Yeah.
the cop shows up.
Yeah.
well, and
then-
Nick Cage is caressing him.
Yeah.
He's holding his head and caressing. And oh, don't ever do that again.
Yeah. And then, does it go to the mental hospital yet? Or no, is it?
I think it does. It cuts to the mental hospital.
And it shows Birdy in the crazy house.
Right. And then it shows Nick Cage, the head doctor there. is like, hey, I brought you in, Mr. Cage.
Yes.
It's like, I want you to help your friend. Like, and it seems like the doctor doesn't realize that Birdy is trying to be a bird.
Well, he doesn't know his backstory.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It just seems like maybe not a bird, but he just be like, okay, I need to find out more info. It seems like the doc didn't really try to find out any kind of backstory stuff.
He wasn't a very good doctor.
No, all he did was ask Cage. He's like, hey, do I gotta know anything? Cage is like, no. And it's like, okay, good for me.
Yeah. Well, and if anything I learned from this movie is all bad adults are very rotund.
Yeah.
Like they're all very like just oldest. And
We'll get to the dog catcher scene.
oh my God.
Oh my God. I got that written down.
So, but then because they show Nicolas Cage getting bandaged up too.
Yeah.
At some point, like this is where it gets hard because it bounces back and forth
a lot. Yeah, he's got the bandage like on the one side of his face, on his nose. And they don't really say what happened in the beginning.
No. Not yet.
You just know that he was in the war and Vietnam,
and
he just got hurt. It's all you know.
Yeah, yeah. And then he's talking. So then they're back in the crazy house at some point, and the head big fat doctor guy is like, oh, maybe you can find out what's wrong with your fucking crazy friend.
And he's also like, I hope this helps you too, because I think the head doctor knows that he's going to have some type of trauma from what happened.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, at first I'm thinking this doctor's a legit, like, okay, he wants to help both. He realizes that there's something going on with both of them and he can hopefully get them help. Throughout the movie, you realize the doctor just really doesn't care.
No.
From what I've realized, he just wants to get them in and out. And I'm just like, oh, well, okay.
So then he goes in there. He meets this one side character who kind of is like the caretaker, of.
Yes, because the doctor said, "Oh, he's Italian, just like you." Remember that?
I don't remember that.
You'll like him. He's Italian, just like you.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't realize all Italians liked each other.
Matzo soup. So he shows him around, and then he goes, there's fucking Birdy, and he's fucking perched on the ground like that.
Yes.
Lots of perching.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of perching.
And I think he opens, lets him in the room. And this is where Nick Cage kind of sees Birdy in his present state. So he's hanging in there, but then the nurse comes in.
Yes.
And there's this dialogue exchange where the nurse says, "What are you doing here?" And he says, "I'm his friend." And she goes, "Oh, right. I remember." Like,
like it's nothing. Like it's.
I assume she meant like the doctor had told her.
But I mean, how could she forget in that quick a time frame?
Exactly. It kind of got me too. I'm like, you're a nurse at a mental health facility. You should know
like who's going in and out.
Right.
And in all like the hallway scenes, it doesn't seem very busy. So she should know who's coming in and out.
Exactly. And a lot of customers.
I'll think mental whatever.
I'm sticking with what I said.
So then at some point we go to another flashback.
Yes.
And then
when was this? Which flashback?
The only note I made was how to make Nicolas Cage look like a kid. Very tall socks and Converse.
Yes.
Yeah. Just put him in like child clothes.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
They're like hilariously tall socks.
Yeah.
Well, what I have for the flashback is because now don't they? That's
was
when
this the ocean.
So after his accident, that's when they trash their pigeon coop.
Yes.
And they start burning everything.
Yeah, the parents destroyed.
Yeah.
Bernie's parents.
Yes.
The mom.
Yeah,
it
the
looks
mom.
like specifically
The mom wanted it because the mom is very harsh.
Yes.
But just because she doesn't want her son to be obsessed with birds.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with her, but
yeah.
So then they're like, oh, we need to take up a new hobby.
Yes.
And that's where they go to the junkyard. And I forget the guy's name already, but another fat gentleman.
Yeah.
And they decide to get a beat up junky car.
Yeah, get a junker.
And we're like, we're going to fix it up.
Yep. Birdy gets the money out of his shoe that Al didn't know he had, so he can finally get the car. Remember that?
Yes.
He didn't have enough money. Al didn't have enough money.
Yep.
And then Birdy goes out. That didn't need to happen. Birdy could have been like, here's all my money right away so we can get it without having to deal with all of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know why they did it.
It was a little clunky.
Yeah, but whatever.
So they get the car.
Right.
And then
They push it all the way home.
Yes.
Yeah, how far were they? It was, I don't know. But the dad
Oh, yes.
gets dropped off.
I made the note.
Oh, man.
So the dad's a garbage man.
Al's dad.
Al's dad. Nicolas Cage's dad.
Yes.
First off, I don't know how it fit down that road.
Oh, no. It was going like this, like snaking the whole time.
Yeah, but it's like honking its horn.
Yeah.
Kids are playing stickball or whatever they're fucking doing. Like, and the dad, super awesome work outfit. He's just wearing a wife beater.
Yep.
And he looks like your typical 1950s like strong man.
Yeah.
Where his like pants are jacked up to like his nipples.
Yeah.
Like, gambling illegal in this town. So and he sees Birdy and Al working on the car.
Right.
And he's like, what a hunk of junk.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah. And he has to state that a few times.
He says it a few times. Like, there's no like, you guys are doing a good job. I understand it's like the late 1950s, 60s. The dad's got to be
you got to crush those dreams.
Yeah, you got to crush them. There's like, oh, you guys, good job for doing this. No. Oh, you got a piece of shit there. Oh, what are you guys doing? Is it run?
It will.
Well, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
That's all you get from that. I'm like, okay, thanks, Dad.
So then it flashes. Oh, no. We're still back in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And
second movie in a row, Nicolas Cage movie in a row to have a convertible. Be like a very integral part.
Once they got it started,
Yeah.
They put that top down.
Oh, yeah. And once they get it started, they start doing this like whole
pretending that they're going somewhere. Yeah.
Instead of going anywhere.
Do I got to get quarters for the toll?
Yeah.
Birdy said that.
Blow past it.
Yeah, and they're not even going anywhere.
And then that's where Nicolas Cage, Al, finds out that Birdy has never been to the ocean.
Right.
So they decide to go to the boardwalk.
Yep.
And
Birdy jumps in the ocean and Cage wants to go pick up chicks.
But he can't swim. Because, and here, this is another glimpse into Nicolas Cage being batshit crazy because he's counting, because Birdy's holding his breath underneath the water. On Mississippi. He's like, oh, come on, Birdy. 12 Mississippi.
Pounding Mississippi. I'm like, I hope he does this entire life. Like, Nicolas Cage is at home in his mansion and he's just waiting for something to be done cooking. Instead of a timer, he's like, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Oh, it's...
So then they finally go to the boardwalk and, okay, here's another thing that should let you know that Birdy is fucking crazy. So they're on the roller coaster.
Oh, he's on the railing.
Dude, he has this look on his face and he's flapping his arms like this.
Not in the seat. He's up on the back of it.
Yeah.
He's not even sitting down completely.
Yeah.
Like if I was sitting up here.
Yes.
And he's got going like this, flying on a roller coaster. And it's fine. Everyone's like, oh, look at that guy.
Yeah. What a character. Fucking crazy.
Going back real quick.
Yes.
On the beach, there's also a very weird, like, dialogue moment where Nicolas Cage is just talking about different types of boobs.
That's later. That's not yet.
Is that later?
Not yet.
I know what you're talking about.
Because here's the thing. So they're riding the roller coaster, and then it flashes forward to where they're under the boardwalk, down by the sea. And Birdy and the girl are talking, and Nick Cage and the girl are having sex.
Oh,
Yeah, you hear her. She's moaning and everything, and
That's a lot of moaning for making out, right?
Yeah, no, they were doing it.
He was, he was going to town.
Not even 10 feet away.
Not even, no. Like,
that was weird.
Yeah, and then her friend's just talking, and Birdy's just sitting there like I like birds, and she's like, I'm not doing this. She's the only one in the entire movie that realized that something was wrong with him right away.
Yeah.
No one else. Everyone else
So
is
you're
like,
saying Nicolas
fine.
Cage is an enabler.
Yes, because she's like, this guy is insane. She goes and runs up. He's still banging. Nicolas Cage is still banging that chick on the sand.
Yes.
She runs up right next to him and grabs her.
Yeah.
While he's going to town, and they just leave. And he's just like, that's all I remember from it.
Oh, these days.
He's just upset.
Yeah.
But not like too upset. Like, like shucks.
Yeah, very, very much.
And then is that whole boob conversation.
Did they go back to the beach then?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think they were walking down the beach at that part, I think.
Because I put kit convo, weird.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Because Birdy there's no desire for any of that. He doesn't care about boobs. He doesn't care about women or girls at all.
Nope.
Birds. It's just birds.
Which, when we talk about the prom.
That was very uncomfortable. Right. That was very weird.
And then, so after that whole weird boob conversation, they go to this one lady's house. And like on this porch, she has like a bunch of different birds. But the scene, the scene starts off with this guy, Mr. Tate, who's doing a mama bird thing to a bird.
I thought the bird was dead, and he was just blowing it up with air. I didn't realize the bird was still alive.
That's what I thought. I thought
he had a dead bird.
I thought
and he's just like doing its mouth blowing in it, and it was just going
puffing it up.
Yes.
What's that? Why am I drawing a blank? When you have fucking stuffed dead animals.
Taxidermy.
Yeah, taxidermy.
Me too.
I thought he was a taxidermist. I'm like, that's how they fucking puff it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, that's
I hope there's more to it than that.
Yeah, no, it was just
you gotta blow into it and shut its mouth really quick. Just duct tape that motherfucker. Yeah, so he's feeding it.
Yeah,
and then that's how this is how Birdy chooses that yellow bird.
Yeah, his little
Purdy.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, you'll never choose him. And
I was coming down to where I'm like, I don't. You know, I'm trying to remember stuff. I'm trying to remember names, but it's like, it's the same.
So after he chooses the yellow bird, Birdy, I believe it goes back to the crazy house.
Okay.
And Nicolas Cage is talking to Birdy. And once again, he's not getting through to Birdy. But then, once again, we get a glimpse into what Nicolas Cage is like. He tries to leave and the door is locked.
Yes.
And instead of just knocking on the door, he's like, whoa, whoa! He starts flipping out. And I'm like, okay.
Well, because like he's saying whatever to Birdy. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go now. And then like he like calmly walks to the door, turns out he's like,
hey, Renali!
I don't know if he was trying to play up the trauma from the war type thing.
I don't know.
Or if it was just him
it didn't seem like it.
Just being Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like him just being Nick Cage.
And then did like the security guard, like he had just like came over on line and like, here you go. Like,
he didn't run out either.
No,
he just walked out of the room like it was no big deal. He was in the first place. Yeah. Now, did he talk? Is that the time where he had to go talk to the doctor? Remember him sitting in front of the receptionist guy?
Yeah,
we're getting
to that.
Yeah. So he goes there and he has to type up a report.
Yeah.
And
the very first shot of that scene is a super close up of this dude's mouth.
Spitting.
Yeah. I'm like, why did he just spit?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Okay. So here's the thing. So he's typing out this report and he keeps doing this like spitting thing. And then
on the paper he's typing on.
Yeah.
But here
and everything.
Yes. And he's like just doing that.
Yeah.
Over and over. I'm like, okay. Like I'm like, at first I'm like, is this just like an actor's choice? You know?
I thought the exact same thing.
Right.
I'm like, that's weird. And then finally, Nicolas Cage goes to see the rotund doctor and he's like, why'd you go spitting? And he goes, ever since he left the war, it left a bad taste in his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, was that all a big setup for a really stupid joke?
Yeah. I honestly think that there's probably something wrong with the guy. And like, I don't know if it's a real condition of having like something giving you a bad taste in your mouth, but I think that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah,
I think they were trying to do something
he meant that
serious.
literally or figuratively?
I think it was a literal.
Left a bad taste in his mouth.
I think it was literal. I think the guy was like, he actually is how he feels, because I remember earlier Nick Cage kind of made a little like, how come why is Birdy like this? Well, because he got drafted.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, and then the doctor kind of took offense to that. like the war shouldn't make him crazy because the doctor was so
that's
major.
right.
The doctor was actually a major in the army, so he was a big gung ho army guy.
Yes,
and so I don't think the doctor would have played off anything that had to do with the army as a joke.
Yes, he was very pro army.
Yeah.
And then because of this movie, I learned the word ornithopter.
Yes, they say it a few times.
Really?
Yes.
I did not catch that at all.
They said it a couple times.
Yeah, if you would have told me, I would have like, oh, I guess so.
Yep. So
I guess so.
So Birdy was building the Ornithopter.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is that like self-propelling fucking thing.
Yes.
Well, but no, we're not at the classroom scene yet. But they do. So then they go to the scene where they're outside working out.
That was great.
Okay.
I think that's actually after the classroom scene.
Is it?
But regardless, we can talk about it.
Oh my God, that was so good. Like there's moments during this movie where you're like, this is awesome. But not awesome because the movie's good.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah.
It's
that is
awesome
that
because Nick Cage is because what's happening.
So no, you're right. So Birdy makes this ornithopter, and it's this thing. It's just flying consistently for a long time, and everyone's like, like they're just super in awe of this thing.
What's the word? Ornithopter?
Or ornithopter.
And for the listeners, what is that?
It's like this.
It's got two wings.
It's basically like a
and
paper airplane.
Yeah, something turns.
Well, it's kind of, you know what? It's kind of like the fucking bird that fucking like it's like self.
Well, the rubber band in the middle.
Yeah.
And it's like a paper clip on a weird angle. And so when it turns, it kind of, the paper clip pushes one way to get the wings to go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And then when it comes back down, the wings go down. And the rubber band that has the tension that's turned makes the thing turn, so the whole thing flies.
And it's flying a long time, probably more than it really does in real life.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh, this is amazing.
The whole class
and
thinks it's
perfectly
great.
going in circles.
Yes.
Not hitting anything.
Perfect.
But then all of a sudden, it crashes into the wall and the illusion is gone. And everyone's like, what an idiot.
Yeah, laughs at him. It's like...
Yeah, like... Everyone in the class like totally like dies laughing. I was like, wow, that really kills. Like,
they
laughed a little too much.
It goes from like, this is really neat, I like what this guy did, to
what an idiot.
Exactly.
Yeah, very much.
Exactly.
Very dumb.
But except for that one girl.
Yes.
She loved it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because she wanted that D.
So I'm sorry. Then is the exercising scene.
Yes.
Nicolas Cage.
Well, he's
very quickly before the workout scene. I wrote down Matthew Modine is trying to learn Canary. How in the fuck is Nick Cage the sane one in this movie?
That's right. Yeah. He was like, we.
Yeah, that happens a few times throughout the movie. But just Matthew Modine going like, I'm like, oh boy, that's what kind of movie this is.
So no,
but then they start working out.
Okay,
his exercise, Modine's Birdies.
Yes,
it wasn't like that's an exercise.
Oh yeah,
really good.
That
for working,
it's really good.
Really good for your delts.
Right.
But
he wasn't using it for that.
No, absolutely not. Because he wants to use. He wants to make a human size ornithopter.
Right.
Yes,
and do it himself.
Yes. But dude, okay, no homo. Nicolas Cage is fucking
He
ripped.
looks great,
dude.
I'm like, if I look like that, I would never wear a shirt. I'd go to work with no shirt.
Oh, dude,
I would. Ooh, bubble. I would go anywhere with no shirt.
He's fucking cut.
Yeah, but I love how he's bicep right curling.
Yes.
At one point, yeah.
Yes.
He's doing tens.
And like, he's doing shoulder press, but with a very narrow bar, though.
Yeah, it was a very tiny. It was like a tiny barbell.
Yeah.
So he's doing the curls, and then he's doing like this military press thing.
He looked good. Like he lifted good weight, but the amount of weight he was lifting didn't match.
He was doing it for reps, bro.
That's right.
But dude, he was fucking. I mean, he had to.
It just seemed funny to like have a 15-second clip of just curling fives.
Yeah.
Where he's
he does
jacked.
it later on too.
Okay.
Yes.
He curls later.
It looks funny.
Yes. Do you think that's just from running a lot?
I don't. I mean, he had to have been single-digit body fat percentage.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah. He had no fat on him. It was ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.
obviously we're all really riled up.
I mean, I wrote down Nicolas Cage in Birdy equals fitness goals.
Seriously, I mean, he was fucking on point.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch Birdy, just get to that point and you'll be sad.
I want to get like you join a gym. You join a gym. All right, and so what kind of shape you look at? I'm thinking like Nicolas Cage, Birdy. What? And then I believe the next scene is where they're at the garbage dump.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So
yes it is. Yes it is.
So this is where he's strapping on his homemade wings.
Yeah.
So
And Nicolas,
he basically
Did
had.
you remember his pants?
no.
You didn't see his pants?
No.
In between his legs, he sewed cloth.
Like a tail, kind of.
Yeah, so that way there was like no resistance. Like he had like, how do I explain this? He was able to go, but in the entire in between section of his leg, there's a big piece of cloth in between. He sewed in there. That way, there was no drag. He had the lift. It gave him lift in the back.
Huh.
Kind of like a flying squirrel.
I didn't even know
Yes,
that.
yeah.
I
Like,
didn't
you know,
notice that
flying
either.
squirrels have the extra skin for the lift. He did that between his legs.
How about that?
Yeah.
So they're at the garbage dump. He is sitting or perched on Nicolas Cage's bike.
Mhm.
They drive, or they're riding a certain speed, and then this propels Birdy to start flying. Now, really quick, this whole time it's been this weird Peter Gabriel music.
Yes.
All of a sudden, La Bamba starts playing.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Dude,
And I kind of popped. I was like, yeah. Here we go.
Dude,
I put La Bamba question mark.
dude.
Oh,
So-
it got me. It sucked me in.
And then again, just kind of like explain for the listeners. Yeah, it's so Nicolas Cage is on a bike. Birdy is like perched on the basket in the front of the bike. So Nicolas Cage is gonna just pedal as fast as he can through this
Garbage dump.
Yeah, as fast as he can. And then, so that's the thing. Like, was there like a cliff, like an edge?
I believe.
Yeah,
Or does
there was
Nicolas Cage just stop?
Well,
or-
the dump pile went down.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
Cage had to stop because remember Birdy said, like, one of them said, like, don't remember I had like to stop that way because he's like, I don't want my bike in the water. Or Birdy said he didn't want his bike in the water.
Yeah.
So he stopped, and once Cage stopped, Birdy took off, and he was gliding for a
Can we
bit.
please talk about that awesome effect that they had? There was something up. The way he was flying.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
it
it
not look
was-
super weird to you guys?
Yeah.
You know what? I just thought it almost looks like in Gremlins 2 when the Bat Gremlin is flying around where it looks like very stop motion.
Yeah.
It had that look to it.
Yeah.
But La Bamba was playing on the
That
back.
made it all fine.
Yeah.
And then he goes, and he goes down, and he goes down.
Yeah, he's kind of following like the same curve as the hill.
Yes. He never really, he's still trying to pump it. He's trying to go for the air. He just can't. And then
Yes. Lands in
down.
the water.
Lands
And
in the
then I
water.
loved it. Once he lands in the water, La Bamba cuts. Like
Yes.
very,
Yes.
very
Yeah.
dramatically.
And then what happens? Because what I have next is the dog catching scene.
Yeah.
Well, he goes down.
Yeah.
But like he had to save him. Cage had to save him because
Yeah.
he couldn't get out
yeah,
because
that's right.
his
That's
arms
right.
were stuck in the wings.
Yeah.
So he's like face down in the water, arms stuck in the wings.
Yes.
Cage, he lifts him up and then he says something. I don't know. Yeah. Just like, this is stupid. Don't do this, whatever. And then it cuts to the dog thing, I think, right?
Yeah. I have a note that there's a Nick Cage freak out at an hour 11, but I forget what it's about.
The patient was more responsive to drug therapy than he
Yeah, right! You asshole's puffing me up so full of shit he doesn't know who he is! What the fuck do you think you are anyway?
So,
Yeah.
But the next thing I have is the cliche dog
He
catcher.
probably freaked out over what he did, over what Birdy did. That's the only thing I could think
Yeah,
of.
because they're Birdy and Al. They're riding in the truck with the big fat.
Yeah.
That junkyard guy
stereotypical Looney
awesome.
Tunes
Yeah.
dog catcher.
Where is it? Dog catcher, best part.
But here,
I didn't know that
because you don't know.
until later.
He's just like,
and it might not be the best part.
He's just like, $1 a dog.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, that's weird. And
Cool.
they're driving down the road, and this guy's like First off, cars were made a lot better back then because when they're driving down the road and the guys, they're bumping.
They catch the dog. He's like, the guy thinks he tries to convince Birdy and Al that it's a good deed.
Yeah.
He's like, I catch the dogs, I get $1, and the dogs are off the streets.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
You know, helping these dogs, getting money out of it. Why not? Well, they end up catching some guy's dog.
Yeah. He's like, you got my dog back.
So it's crashing into each other.
Just before that. Yeah, because basically there's this whole scene where like they have these like cliche giant hoops with nets attached.
Yes.
Like a little montage almost of dog catching.
Oh, wait.
And it's basically, they basically like corner all these dogs in an alley and it's just them like catching dogs with these
Once
nets.
again, while they're catching the dogs, La Bamba plays again. I'm like, so I put La Bamba equals shenanigans. So that's right. Yeah. So La Bamba plays again. So yeah, the guy, so they're kind of like Ben-Hur style, like bumping into each other on the road. And they finally pull into like this warehouse. And it's very like
if you didn't lose the movie already, this is the part where you're probably just going to be like, I can't do this anymore.
Here's the thing.
It depends on go ahead.
So they pull up to it and like the windows are flashing like a haunted house.
Yes.
And
what is splayed out?
I want to know if those were real animals or not.
Yeah,
right. It cuts to a part where there's a horse. It's splayed out.
Yes.
Like cut open. And it's just like leg is this way, leg is this way, leg is this way. And you're just like, and there's dead horses laying on the ground.
Well, I think like the first scene is just like some guy just plopping a fucking thing on a barrel.
It was a dog.
Yeah.
It was a skinned dog and they just plopped it right there. And I'm just... And they showed that same scene like 3 times.
Yeah.
And from different angles.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I hope this isn't real because that is brutal.
Yes.
Like you'll see that and
like,
be like,
ugh.
oh my, like I was like,
what was that supposed to be?
I was eating breakfast while that scene was happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what that was like.
I
what
mean,
that
I know
factory was
as they're
for.
leaving, they're like, oh, they're making dog food or something.
Horses and dog to feed dogs.
Something like that.
It was weird. It just was like, I don't even know if it needed to be part of the movie. It's like they added that. Well, I know it's from a book.
Yes.
But why write that to make your book longer? I don't know. It was strange. I don't know.
Because as they pull up, they're like, oh, this place is super fucked up.
Yeah. Even Birdy's insane. But even Birdy recognizes, hey, this is stupid. And he actually attacks the dog catcher.
Well, yeah. And that happens because, that guy who's like, you have my dog. He follows them to that whatever fucked up place. And... yeah, he's like, I still want my dog.
Yeah.
And then, Nicolas Cage and Birdy realize, like, oh, shit, we have his dog. So they hold on to try to tackle the cliche dog catcher.
They wanted all the dogs to get out of there. Yeah, they're like, they open the cage, all the dogs take off, they take off. The guy drives away with his dog.
Yeah.
Like, and like, none of the people working react to it.
Yeah. Like,
they don't even realize people are there.
Yeah.
They're just cutting horses and kicking dogs. They don't care. Ridiculous.
So I do believe it goes back to the crazy house. And I believe this is the scene where Nick Cage starts to get pretty fed up because he's just getting no reaction from Birdy.
Yeah.
He's yelling at Birdy. He's like, oh, boy, just sit there, and like the nurse is like, why are you yelling at him? He just storms off.
Yeah.
And he goes into like this utility gate closet thing.
Yeah, that was...
And she follows him. And then they start like... or he just goes. He immediately goes for the boob grab, which was really weird.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he fucking premature ejaculates in his pants. That's the vibe that I got.
Yeah. Well, because then he's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like
I've been with the girl in a long time.
Because he was like the war and everything, and she's like, it's okay.
The war.
It's okay. That's the war.
So he glooped in his pants, right?
Yeah.
Wait. So has the prom happened already?
No, I think the prom is afterwards.
Okay.
It's after this cut, I think.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have it
Did
written
they
down.
start having a little bit of they each start having a little bit of flashbacks, I think, at this time of the war also. Nothing major to let you know what's going on, like what happened to them.
Yep.
But just like little flashes of like just like other people that were in the army, or like the trees, like from Vietnam, just stuff like that. You don't really know what's happening, but you're kind of getting an idea. Like, okay, they're going to start letting us know what happened in Vietnam.
And then I think at some point, I think it's before the prom, Birdy has this dream.
Yes.
And it's
About the yeah.
And I put, does he want to fuck that bird?
Right, because he wakes up and he's like, what happened? And he goes on, he cleans himself
He
up.
grabs the towel from his headboard and like puts it under the sheets and
It was
Okay, so I wasn't the only one who saw that.
It was to the bird.
Yeah, I wrote, did Modine just have a wet dream about a bird?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Weird. So we're on the same page
Hope
there.
you guys like that one.
So then, then it's prom night.
Matthew Modine, he's the best dancer I've ever seen.
That scene,
no matter what rhythm or tempo the music's going, he has one move.
Yeah.
And he'll do it.
Well, that's it, because it's like a slow, like it's prom, so it's like a slow dance, but he's doing this like jumping, like it's like a.
And we forgot to say about how he got the bird. Remember, we talked about how he got whatever that little yellow bird was?
No, we talked about that.
When he talked to his dad. Remember, he went down to the basement of the school and talked to his dad, and his dad was shoveling the coal in the wheelbarrow.
That's when he wants to get the second bird, I believe.
Are you sure it's the second bird?
I think so.
Oh, no, yeah, I think it's for the second bird.
Okay. I thought it was the first bird. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, where his dad, he's shoveling coal and stuff.
So we're at the prom.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny too, because while they're dancing, it's weird because Birdy and his date are dancing, and then Nick Cage and his date, and he does this weird Kali Ma motion, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Well, and that's it. I think he's mouthing the word stop because like he is dancing super awkward.
Yeah.
But the hand motion doesn't. He's like stop like this. It's like
like
it doesn't make sense.
Why are you doing that? And I just love how Birdy's just like he's like it starts going to a faster song, and he's still doing like kind of standing there like jiggling around, and then he's kind of I don't know if he saw his dad. Because his dad's like a maintenance guy at the school.
A janitor or something.
Yeah.
Maintenance guy. So he's like, he kind of like starts walking away from it, who he's dancing with. Yeah. But very slowly. And then he kind of just does like a wait, like a hand up, and just leaves. Yeah. And just goes to talk to his dad. Mm. And just talk. What did he talk to his dad about? Birds? Probably.
Well, I remember he also talks to his dad. He's like, it's a mess in there because these kids can't hold their liquor.
Yeah.
Also super gross because the dad is mopping, so he has like a mop and a bucket. But like at one point he like takes the mop out of the bucket and then wrings it by hand with his bare hands.
That.
I was like, but first I was like, did they not have like the handle like squeegee thing?
Talked about mopping up vomit.
Yeah,
it's like I didn't catch that part.
This part of the job.
Yeah. So like, not only did they not have
for later.
They didn't have like the like lever like squeeze things, but like even then like okay maybe back in those days they didn't have that or whatever. But like you wouldn't wear rubber gloves to like wring it out.
You think there'd be something? You thought you
some
be
protective
something.
layer.
Unless all three of us are wrong and that's just how it was. But that gross.
I hope pretty sure gloves were invented by then.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
Well, you never know.
So then it's post prom.
My favorite part.
Birdy and his date.
Oh yeah.
And she's driving.
She is driving, which I was like, good for you.
Very progressive.
Yeah. Good for you.
And she pulls off and she's like, well, you did everything I want to, so I'm going to do what you want.
Well, she's like, you came with me and you were there. Boobs.
Yeah.
Here's my boobs.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. Okay. That's great.
Very easy.
Yeah, seriously. And then like she takes the dress down, bra off, boobs are out.
Yeah, basically what we already said. Like as she's saying like, oh yeah, like you like came with me to the prom and you did blah blah blah. Like as she's saying all that, she's like undoing like her dress and she's undoing her bra and she's like, blah.
Yeah. Just kind of like that. And she's just sitting there, and then he does the.
But then like there's just like the awkward like.
Yeah, he didn't like
weigh it.
That's what it was like. It was like
kind of like pushed him and like weighed him at the same time. It's
it's like this like Chinese food market thing. Like, okay,
this one or this one.
I don't know why
And
it's
then,
a
of
Chinese
course,
movie.
and then it's like she was just like, okay, he has no idea. Like, he is not interested. And then she felt the shame.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which it wasn't her at all.
No.
You know, and you felt the vibe. Like, he is just. Yeah, of course, a total vibe of like, he doesn't even know what's going on.
He's on the spectrum.
Yeah,
somewhere.
he wants a bird.
Yes.
If those would have been birds, like 2 bird heads instead of boobs, he would have went to town.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would have
All
went
over
to
it.
town. But
So-
no, they were just nice boobs.
Yep. So he goes back home and then he strips naked, goes in his bird cage thing that's underneath his bunk bed.
Oh yeah, he built a bird cage under his bunk bed
Yes.
to sleep in.
And I assume he wants to have sex with his birds.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, he lays down naked and
The flying that flying scene. That's when he had the flying scene.
The first person
Yeah.
view of the
Oh,
flying.
okay. Yeah.
I felt I was getting nauseous.
Huh.
Not even joking. Like, I was watching this and it was too much of the
There was a lot of like
caught swooping and I was like, yeah, I was like, I can't do this. And luckily it finished where I was like, okay, let's finish this, because I started feeling sick.
So, and it's also during that scene where I wrote, who is the target audience for this movie?
Yes. Really?
Other than fans of the book, I don't know.
Right. Yeah. It's because this would turn a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Especially it came out at the time it did. It seemed like an artsy, which
Yes.
honestly, I can't say. I don't know if it was artsy like in 1984. I don't know how people felt.
Yeah.
But it seemed like people wanted like action.
Valley Girl.
yeah, exactly.
Like, if you just look at the box office difference, like
Right,
they wanted
right,
Valley Girl.
Right.
They did not want
They
Birdy.
did not want
Birdy
this.
bad.
They did not want this at all. So
And then
there was a lot of naked perching.
yes.
Birdy did a
Male
lot of nude perching.
Yes.
I don't think you saw any dong.
No.
Lots of buns.
Lot of
Lots of
Man buns.
male butt,
yes.
which whatever, but you know,
But
it just happened.
so yeah, Nick Cage arrives the day after, and he finds Birdy naked.
Yes, and he's like, yeah.
you old dog.
I knew she'd do it.
Yeah.
I loved that. I knew she'd put out. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, did you? Did you really know?
Then it turns out he finds out, he just wants to have sex with birds. He's
Yeah.
obsessed with birds.
Yes. I flew last night, Al. I flew last night and it was great and I did it. And then Al gets upset.
I like, yeah, because he's like, oh, what'd you do with, I don't know what her name was. He's like, like you dog, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I flew. He's like, oh, you flew? How'd you flew?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that line. I'm just like, what?
Right, like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay, you can leave that in there.
Yeah. Cage realizes.
That and quick pause. Is
Yeah.
it okay if we split another?
Yeah.
What is this again? What beer is this?
Cherry Lime Allure by Pollyanna. Berliner Weiss.
What do you think about it? The beer.
I like it.
It's not bad.
I do like it. Yeah. I didn't know what to. Oh, look what you did.
Shut it.
So
Spit on the paper like
Yeah.
that secretary at the army office.
it's a bad taste. That Vietnam War, man. It's like, it's bitter. It's icky.
Leaves a bad taste.
Like caca.
He didn't say that line. So then,
Al's fed up.
yeah.
He's fed up. He's like, I'm done with you. It's basically, I'm done with you type thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's
So-
basically like, you need to quit your bird bullshit.
right, exactly. Because he's like, I've been dealing with this for how many years, which it didn't seem like a year.
Yeah, I couldn't tell how long they were friends.
Yeah, you just didn't know.
There we go.
So, look at you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. So it cuts from Al leaving Nicolas Cage. He just leaves.
Nicolas Cage has joined the army or
Right.
whatever
Well,
military.
It cuts to him walking out the door. Then Birdy looks outside, and Cage is all in his like army getup.
Yeah, you're right.
You're just like, did he just leave to join the army? Like he's walked
that
out
was
the
very
door
abrupt.
and then joined the army.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, well, I guess he's joining the army.
So then,
I want to know if he joined or got drafted. I don't want to. I don't really want to know. I just was
Did
curious.
he say at one point?
I know.
Or was it Birdy got drafted?
Birdy got
Oh,
drafted.
okay, that's
Birdy
what
got
they
drafted. Yeah.
So Birdy sees Nicolas Cage because he's like just looking outside his window. But then Birdy's bird fucking
his bird,
his prize bird,
yeah, the one he like
the yellow bird,
loves, flies out the window,
flies away
to chase.
Okay. Here's the thing.
I don't know.
Okay, so at some point earlier in the movie, Birdy fucking saves his bird from the cat's mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
We skipped over that. Yeah, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And
The cat came from nowhere. It just from outside, from like a whatever.
Yeah.
And ends up
Neighborhood
walking
cat.
into
and here's the
his
thing.
house.
So it's the cat is biting down on this bird.
Yeah.
And he fucking saves the bird by fucking giving it CPR.
Oh,
Bird
did he
lives.
actually
No.
do that?
Oh yeah. I don't think he did. I thought he just like held
sure?
it. I'm
He
pretty
got-
positive.
I will admit he got super close to it.
I think he gave it
No, 'cause
CPR.
I had a cat, and we lived on the second floor of a townhome. And my cat was on the balcony and caught a bird in its mouth. Somehow and came inside and was like strutting, like, look at me, I'm like a cat with a bird in my mouth. And I ran over to it, grabbed the bird out of its mouth, put the bird outside on the balcony. Not even a minute later, it flew away.
Really?
Just flew away.
Because I was
Maybe
about
they
to,
just play dead or something.
I was about to say,
No, they go into shock. So it just goes limp. It just goes bleh. And then like once it knows that there's no predator around it, it'll all of a sudden it just wakes up. It just pops.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
it. Like I saw it's happened.
because I was curious. So, he saves the bird from the cat. But then, when Nicolas Cage is leaving for war, the bird flies out the window and then does its little fucking thing, tour to fucking Philly.
Yeah.
And then crashes into the window. Boom, it's dead.
He couldn't get the window up. You saw
yeah,
Birdy
correct.
trying to get the window up constantly. You think. For a
But
guy
also, here's
that
the thing, though.
loved
I mean,
birds,
so if Birdy was standing, I don't know. I just feel like,
no, if he remember when the one time when he was like, you want to go outside? You want to go outside? To his little bird. He was saying that to it. It must have been like not even 15 seconds, but it was a part of the movie where he's like, you want to go outside? You want to go outside? Talking to his bird. This point, the bird finally gets outside.
Yeah.
To fly, he freaks out. And his window can't go up? You think if you owned birds and there was a possible chance that they would fly out your window, you'd be able to open your window so they can come back in and not fly through the glass and shatter and die, and then you're sad.
Yeah. Well, and to just kind of make sure we actually describe the scene for listeners.
Right.
Yeah. So Nicolas Cage, he's like, I'm joining the military. Goodbye. And so Matthew Modine is still like in his upstairs bedroom or whatever. The window is open a crack. And as like Nicolas Cage is about to get on the bus or train or whatever, Birdy's bird, I thought the name was like Petra or Perta.
yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. But as Nicolas Cage is getting on the bus, whatever, the bird kind of like gets on the windowsill and then kind of like flies out from like the little like crack. I mean, it's like it's open a little bit, a few inches.
Yeah, like
and then
inches,
as you said, it does its like little tour to Philly.
Yep.
And then did Nicolas Cage already get on the bus?
I thought he drove.
He seemed to be walking for a long time, and
I'm walking to Vietnam.
well, that's what it seemed like. He just was walking, and the bird was like going over the place, and I started feeling kind of sick again because it was doing these swoops.
Yeah, it's still like first person view.
Yeah, and then Nicolas Cage got to where he was at, where he needed to be, whatever he was doing, and then the bird flies back.
Yeah. And then so the whole time the bird is flying, Matthew Modine's trying to open the window fully.
Right.
It's only open a crack.
Yeah, because he knows what could happen.
Yeah. And then the bird flying with such velocity crashes through this window.
Through the window.
And
Glass on the floor. It was I loved how it was a hole in the glass.
Yes.
The glass didn't like break or anything. Just one little hole. The bird crashed into it. Oh. And then he held the bird. The bird was gone. And
Here's the thing. I didn't give two shits that the bird died.
Yeah. I was like,
that happened.
Yeah. It's like, I realized it's supposed to be an emotional moment.
Right.
Yeah.
Not happening to
Yeah.
me.
It didn't really do anything for me because I'm just like, dude, okay, it's a bird. I mean, I feel sorry your bird died.
I don't know.
I just couldn't. Throughout the whole movie, I didn't feel any connection.
Yes.
With Birdy. There's nothing clicked to where I was like, oh, I feel your pain. I feel this. I feel that. I feel his parents let him down because he had mental health problems probably early on, and no one did anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And It's like he got in the army, of course, but like during the Vietnam, like they let people in. Like as far as I understand it, they let people in Vietnam under some sketchy like settings. Like they let people in that were kind of crazy a little bit. So that's why he got in. So people can't be like, oh, they wouldn't let crazy people in. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I mean, well, plus there was that whole, we skipped over it, but that whole scene where Birdy's yelling at Nick Cage's dad.
Oh yeah, about the car.
Yeah, after the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's the crazy one now?
Well, and Nick Cage saw it as him standing up to his dad.
Yeah.
Which he was.
Oh, yeah,
He was
he was.
standing up, but he was going a little nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was going a little nuts. And then the mom out of nowhere comes in and tries to save him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing here? You didn't say a word when he smacked Nicolas Cage in the face and Nicolas Cage is crying.
He starts weeping like a baby.
That was
Second Nicolas Cage movie in a row where he gets hit in the face.
yes. He cried this time and it was
I'm
great.
trying to find. As we're watching all these movies, I want to find like one thing that happens in every single movie.
Yeah.
I think
So far it's convertible.
Yeah.
Of course,
the freak
freakouts.
out, right?
Convertibles, getting hit in the face,
Yeah.
and then we'll get to it. But he hits one of the guards with a groin shot.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
so far that's the other thing
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
also in common.
So then we're back in the hospital, and like, you know, there's been this theme throughout the whole movie where he's like, oh, they're gonna institute me too. They think I'm crazy.
Well, he starts like his Vietnam time starts hitting him hard.
Yeah.
They start going into like flashbacks and stuff is really messing with him.
Yep.
So I think that's when the movie kind of gets a little more interesting for me. Because you're looking, it starts showing Vietnam stuff
Yeah.
and showing that kind of. I'm just like, it seems like it's trying to open up more, but it doesn't lead to anything.
yeah,
It's I mean, there's I don't want to say closure, but it kind of
it explains things. It kind of tells you like where Nicolas Cage got his face moves from.
Right, explains it, but it doesn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
It just shows you, and you're like,
Oh, now you know.
now you know. There's like, okay, but it doesn't satisfy you.
So they're back in the hospital. Nicolas Cage, he's like, oh, Birdy's still not talking. He's like, oh,
Right.
they're gonna institute me. And essentially he has Birdy in his lap like a baby,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's just weeping and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden,
Wait,
Before you get that,
so let's talk about the Vietnam stuff because
I was saying, let's talk about the baseball.
oh, the baseball. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Talk about the baseball. Oh, the baseball.
So I mean, throughout the whole movie, like, obviously when they were growing up, they played baseball, and
The mom would always take the baseballs.
Yeah.
If it was hit into the yard, she'd grab the baseball. You wouldn't get it back.
so Nicolas Cage's grand scheme throughout the movie is that's how he's gonna jog Birdy's memory and like bring him out of his funk is by finding these baseballs.
Yes.
So towards the end of the movie, he gets a suitcase from wherever his mom.
Yeah,
Birdy's
Philly.
mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, Birdy's mom.
He's like, oh, so he runs into the room with his briefcase. He's like, oh, Birdy, you're never gonna believe this.
And he's underneath the bed at this
Yeah, Birdy's under the bed. Not like laid out throughout all of the bed. He's curled up under the bed in one little spot.
Yeah, much like a
Very,
cat.
yeah, like a cat, yeah.
Yeah, and so he flings open the briefcase. Dirty baseballs go everywhere.
Yeah.
And then he's cradling him and Vietnam stuff.
The Vietnam stuff. The part with Nicolas Cage when he got hurt.
Yeah.
There's somebody laying down hurt bad.
Yeah.
They show you the wound down the stomach and everything. And Nicolas Cage is over. I'm like, we need a medic. We need a medic. And you see like a medic and a guy like running towards them. They both step on a landmine.
Yes.
Blows up.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of far away. So
Yes.
I'm trying to wonder how that hit Nicolas Cage's face.
Yeah. Yeah, because
They looked really far away.
Yes, it did. Yeah, because basically it shows exactly like I said, two medics or to whoever running, they hit the landmine, it explodes, they go flying into the air. And then does it cut right to Nicolas Cage just like covering his face?
Yes.
And there's
screaming.
blood all over his hands. And you're just like,
screaming.
that was like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Mind you, I don't know how like landmines really, how far they go.
Oh, I assume it was like shrapnel and stuff.
But it's like,
a lot of blood
come
and very
on,
far
guys. Like, come on, playing jokes. And then the Birdy part in Vietnam.
away. Yeah.
They were in the helicopter.
Yes.
It seemed to be going fine. And all of a sudden, it just crashes.
Yeah.
And Birdy's like, pull up. But I mean, the guy was, he was. There was no one shooting at him. They just decided to crash, it looked like.
Weird.
And then for some reason, they're all dead. Everyone else in the helicopter is dead, laying on the ground, like just whatever.
And really quick, it's very low budget, like crash, because like pull up.
Yes.
And then like the camera just like pans away from the helicopter and just
So you don't see any
points
crash.
to the sky and you just hear a crash.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
And then they show like a wreckage on the ground, people dead on the ground, and Birdy's, you can tell he's injured, he's hurting bad, leaning against a log.
Yeah.
And also he looks up and he sees like a toucan or something,
Yes.
like a bird, and he looks at it and he's just like, oh, okay. And then
I don't know.
yeah. And then all of a sudden, like maybe it's kind of close, I'd say, when you say, but not close enough to hurt him.
Yeah. Well, first, don't all the birds like fly
all
away?
these birds. You see all these birds in the air, like the dozens of birds in the air, and he's just like, birds. And then all of a sudden, these bombs just start like detonating, all like 200 feet away, 100 feet away, like close to be like, holy shit, but not close enough to where it's gonna hurt him.
Yes, agreed.
And he just screams.
Yes.
Loud.
Yes.
And
for a long time.
And who am I to say that that's not what would happen? If that was me, I probably would have screamed. I'd have doo-doo on my pants. It'd be the worst.
Yes.
But when you're watching it in a movie, you're just like,
it didn't really match.
It didn't match at all. It did not.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, if that was me, I don't know what'd be going on. I'd be,
So now we're at to where Nicolas Cage is all, he's got Birdy in his lap.
Yes.
He's, they're going to institute me. And this is after they've said like, hey, say your final words to Birdy.
Yeah. You got to go.
You got to go to Fort Dix. I'm glad I was immature about that. Yeah.
Well, at first I was like, oh, whatever. But then they kept saying
it. Right.
So they're like, say your final things to Birdy.
Yeah.
He's like, oh.
But it's like he has a breakdown.
Yeah. And he's like,
Birdy,
I'm not leaving him.
It finally, everything finally hit him where it's like, this isn't working how I thought it was going to, and then crack.
Yeah.
And he's like, you had it right, Birdy. Don't talk to anybody. Every once in a while, have a freak out. You got it on. You're right. And then
Birdy, you're so full of bullshit, or you're always bullshitting.
Yeah.
So he finally fucking talks.
Yeah, Birdy finally talks. And I was freaking out. What'd you say? What? Huh?
That dialogue, to me, was so clunky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, oh, you talked, Birdy?
Yeah.
And
stands him up.
But here's the thing. Like, I was trying to like keep up with the dialogue, but it was so awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's like Nicolas Cage is so ecstatic, but then he's just like
kind of coming out of it. I think he's kind of trying to come out of like, remember Nick Cage said, he's like, why didn't you talk before? Like, why didn't you? He's like, well, I had nothing to say.
Yeah, the guard comes in. He's like, what's going on here?
It was the doctor.
Yeah, it's the main doctor.
Oh, yeah, it was the doctor. Yeah.
The other portly evil person.
And he's like, oh, he talks.
Yeah, like Nick Cage is freaking out. Like he talking and he's like, that's not going to save you.
Yeah.
The doctor didn't believe him.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Birdy, say something. And Birdy's just like, just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then he pushes Nick Cage pushes the doctor, like, you're not taking him, you're not this, that. The doctor runs out to go get help. And then, why do you think? Well, I had nothing to say to him.
Yeah, and it's like this really clunky dialogue.
Yeah.
So then, like, the two, like, guard guys come in.
Yeah, the
and
orderly
he's getting
guys.
into it with both of them. And then here comes our fucking super fucking ball
he
kick.
nailed him right in the balls.
Dude.
Nailed him.
What'd you think, like?
I felt bad for that guy because it looked real. That looked like a real nut shot. And I was just like, damn, man, you must have got like a bonus for that or something, man, because you have been down.
I just like how they're like, oh, he's like, championship all-state wrestler. So you think he'd be like throwing him or whatever. No,
he throws the one guy over him. So I'm like, go for it, Nick Cage. And then all of a sudden it's like, bang, boom, and then runs out and misses. All the orderlies are chasing him.
Yeah. So then they're running throughout the hospital, and then finally they make their way up to the roof.
Yeah, they get to the roof.
Birdie's standing on the ledge.
Well, before that, so they get onto the roof. Nicolas Cage and Birdy, that is.
Yeah.
They get to the roof. They close the door behind them. Nicolas Cage is piling like random metal shit to block the door.
Did you see the first thing he pushed over? It was like a little piece, like it was like aluminum like chimney. He pushes it over and it just bounces in front of the door. I'm like, how is that going to stop two grown men? And you can see they try pushing it and they can't even budge the door.
Of course.
And it's these little things.
Yeah.
So Birdy is standing at one ledge. And like he's gonna jump, and Nick Cage's like, Birdy, no, don't
freaking
do it.
out. And I'm also, it kind of got me too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I sat here for 2 hours.
Yep.
And this piece of shit is going to jump off and I'm going to be so unhappy.
Yep.
It's going to ruin it for me. I'm going to break my computer.
So Birdy jumps. Nicolas Cage runs to the edge.
Yep.
He's like, Birdy! Birdy turns around.
Wait. So Nicolas Cage gets to the edge of the roof, looks down, and like he's 10,
not even,
like 5 feet,
maybe?
5 feet below like where they were
It's
standing.
another roof.
Yeah, it's just another like roof. And then go ahead.
And then Birdy just turns around and goes, what?
Credits. Birdie made it seem like he was getting ready to jump, like doing a big like, here I go, I'm gonna fly because I'm
he
crazy.
like walks on the edge for a little bit. And then
I was legitimately angry.
Yes.
that ending doesn't fit the rest of the movie at all.
Nothing. It's like they're like, oh shit, 2 hours? We gotta cut this thing.
Yeah.
And then that's what it was like. And then they just stopped. You know what happened? I'll tell you what happened. They jumped off the other roof. All those orderlies and cops or whatever were waiting down there for them. Put them both in straight jackets, and they're in there for the rest of their lives.
Do you think there was
no happy ending?
Do you think they shot a different ending?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
If the book had a different ending.
Oh yeah.
So I could see that being like the film's ending.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
because
the book had a different
it was just you were not satisfied.
No.
The ending.
That's the thing. Like for most of the movie, it's a very serious. Like it's about mental illness and war.
Right. Like
and
they're trying to really portray something serious.
And then it's kind of also about a guy who doesn't like women, but he's into birds, whatever.
Right.
But then the end is very like I don't know. I almost want to say like,
hey guys,
it's almost like a Key and Peele like skit kind of thing where it's like, oh, you're right there.
Yeah,
like,
it's like
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then ends with La Bamba, which
which I mean,
which by the way, I plan on like cutting this episode very abruptly and playing it La Bamba. So
fantastic. Yeah, I like La Bamba. I like it. Yo no soy marinero. So I am not a sailor. I'm the captain.
Oh,
because he's a tough guy. We learned that in 8th grade Spanish.
Yogan Brandan.
see,
Yeah.
Chris, do you have any facts about this?
only 2, not a whole lot.
I'm not
cheers.
surprised.
So Nicolas Cage had 2 teeth removed without anesthetic for this role.
Oh,
What?
No, thank you. I couldn't do that.
I actually had 2 permanent teeth extracted.
Yeah.
And the anesthetic the anesthetic wore off when they were taking off the second one. Fucking terrible.
No,
dude.
thank you.
Dude, and like he was like fucking wiggling it and it finally flew out and the dentist is like, oh, there he goes.
Oh god.
Whoop, there it is.
No. I just had my wisdom and they put the gas mask on me and I was out.
Yeah.
And then I remember I woke up from it and you know the cotton in your mouth from it?
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to take it out. And I
God.
don't remember saying this, but my friend told me that the nurse is like yelling at me, don't do that. And I look at her and I go, fuck you. And I just start laughing and then she starts laughing. And then I still tried to pull the cotton out of my mouth.
Because of that teeth extracting moment.
Yeah.
I will never listen to My Heart Will Go On or Savage Garden Truly Madly Deeply.
That what was playing?
That's what was playing.
Oh, no, yeah.
I wanna be
It is always that song at the dentist.
Dude, stupid dentist.
Only other fact is the birds who acted in the film.
You got the job.
They had their own bird billing section in the movie's closing credits.
They did it. They did it. Finally, birds get recognized.
Animal rights, man.
Yeah. So what was the budget? 12 million?
Yeah, I think so. 12 million budget.
Grossing?
Box office 1.4 million.
Holy shit. I hope everyone got fired from Hollywood.
Yeah.
after-
Yeah. Now, if you're an art student, film student, you might enjoy it. You might read something more deeper into what we're reading.
Man,
I don't
they're going to come up
think-
with some bullshit
Exactly.
thing.
So,
That's
wait,
what I'm
wait.
saying, because they need to find. It's like this movie is perfect for someone trying to find a deeper meaning. That's what this movie is.
But there isn't.
Exactly. But that's what it's built for. It's what it seems like it's built for. And I don't see anything. I see nothing.
So, I mean, we're right. Rotten Tomatoes, 88%. Mostly positive reviews from mainstream film critics.
See?
It's not.
I told you,
Average
IMDb
score,
was like
7.4 out of 10.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Roger Ebert, 4 out of 4.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a good movie.
No.
So, which asks the question, would you recommend this, Brand?
I want to say yes, but I'm not going to, because it's a waste of your time. You'll hear things like, "Oh, that might sound fun. That might sound fun to watch. That might sound good." It's not.
No.
Yeah.
We're hyping it up. We're not even hyping it up. It's just we're making it sound funny. It's not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like this movie.
No way. Like, I like bad movies, but there is so much naked perching, first of all.
Yes.
And then, don't make it sound like you enjoyed it. All right. Yeah, it's like when your main character is like turning down like good girls on prom so he could like be with birds
Yeah.
naked.
He's not likable.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
He's just
basically.
not likable.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing to this.
I would not recommend it. I was an hour into the movie and I wanted it to be over.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
What I will say is, I would maybe like recommend like the dog catching scene.
Sure.
Like with the
There's-
nets and stuff. And when they're
There's scenes that are good. Go on YouTube.
no, I'll say this: anytime La Bamba is playing, watch those
Yeah,
scenes.
okay. Watch the La Bamba scenes. That's all you need.
Everything else,
Because
don't need
it's actually funny. Like there's
Yeah.
funny stuff. It's good. Otherwise, don't
Yeah.
bother.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Terrible. I don't even remember. Well, that's all we got for this week. So I guess next week would be,
The Boy in Blue.
yeah,
What are we drinking?
So pumped.
still drinking Pollyanna Cherry Lime Allure.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like it.
I do like
What kind
it.
of beer
and
is
I
it
don't-
technically?
Well, so it's a Berliner Weiss, but it tastes like a sour.
It does. Yeah, it does taste like a sour. What was some Berliner Weiss do? Like had that little tang to it. I've noticed.
Milk.
So yeah. So yeah. Cool.
Gold. But not bad. So yeah, next episode will be Boy in Blue.
Fuck yeah.
What year is that one?
85 or 86.
85. Good year.
Here we go.
So, but yeah, we'll see you guys then. All right.
Yeah.
Doodly doo doo doo.
Yeah.